It's the National Football League on EA Sports, and today's clash of conferences is just moments away. It's the Commanders and the Texans. All that and more coming up next.
On a wonderful fall afternoon in the state of Texas, the roof is open and we've got football from NRG Stadium in Houston. Today we've got an interesting Week 11 matchup on tap between the Washington Commanders and the Houston Texans. Hi again, everyone. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Texan ball club entering play here. They come off a disappointment last time out that put an end to their modest 3-game win streak. Meanwhile, for visiting Washington, they too were losers last week, so they're also hoping to get back in the win column.
Something's got to give in this one, right? Both teams want to start a new streak, and they both want it to be a victory. This should be a fun one.
And we are underway from NRG Stadium in Houston. Takes it at the 7. Commanders trot to the field for their first possession, and it's the 7th-year quarterback out of North Dakota State leading the way. His third NFL team, Carson Wentz.
And there was a positive in last week's loss. No interceptions thrown by him. But he only threw one touchdown pass, and you know he wants that to improve. He might even consider that as part of the reason that they couldn't take the win last time out. I believe we'll see a more aggressive version of him this week whenever they're nearing the end zone.
They'll start on the ground with Gibson. The numbers on the ground for Gibson a week ago. 9 carries, 52 yards.
And that's just not enough carries for a running back to get loose and really feel like he's into the game, because they have to have enough volume to establish a rhythm, not just for themselves, but also to get in sync with their offensive line so they can read the blocks properly and they can execute them. I expect them to get a minimum of 15 carries in this game, and the optimal number would be 20+.
A little trouble thus far on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 11. Now Wentz. He'll get this into the hands of Antonio Gibson. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves him just short for 4th down.
On 3rd down, you'll give him that. You just want to make sure that you play the first down line. And they were able to get him down and force the punt.
Tress Way on 4th down is sent out to punt. Desmond King back deep. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. We'll call that a 47-yard punt, a return of just 3. And the Texans will take over. As the Texans offense runs out, we're going to peek at the man under center. 2nd-year quarterback Davis Mills out of Stanford.
And the numbers were not pretty. I mean, they don't look right. When you throw 2 interceptions, no touchdown passes, there's no way to really make that work. But I thought there were a lot of positives in watching his game tape. I think he's close to putting out a good performance. Let's see if he can flip those numbers around in this game. And, of course, rally his team to a win.
They'll start on the ground with Pierce. And he's going to get about 7 yards on that one, up to around the 33. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. And Pierce gets it again on 2nd down. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard. Pierce will try to pick it up. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. So opening drive, 3 straight runs, unable to pick up the 1st.
I know the fans want to see 1st downs, but guess what? The coaches have reasons for what they're doing. Sometimes they've scripted it, and some of these runs, while they haven't been successful now, they may be successful later on.
On 4th down, out is the punter Cameron Johnston to boot it away. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. So a change of possession here on the punt.
And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Now Washington going to retake the field for drive number 2.
The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs.
2nd and short, that's a rundown, so it's definitely a good time to go play action if you're feeling it. And they do so and pick up a 1st down.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
On the counter, Gibson.
And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. On 2nd and 9, Wentz. He completes this one to Terry McLaurin. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That goes for a gain of 31.
Well, partner, that's how you make a long drive suddenly not so long anymore. One big play, and they're already in field goal range with designs on getting more than that.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Here's Wentz to throw.
And yet again, it's McLaurin. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Wentz.
That's out to the flat for Gibson.
And here he'll get it down to the 7. 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves him with a 1st and goal.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game, that's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. And in this case, he picks up a 1st down.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Carson Wentz hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season.
And the Commanders get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon.
Well, I'd have to say that for him, that was an all-encompassing drive because it was his arm that got his team down to that point, but his legs that finished the deal. Give him credit for making it happen.
The extra point by Sly is up and good.
And that makes the score 7-0. So this drive spans 7 plays. And in the end, it's capped off by a 7-yard run.
So now we get set to see Houston for their 2nd drive of the ball game. Yeah, they dipped a game below 500 following the loss last week. And you get the sense that maybe this team's at a little bit of a crossroads here.
Yeah, I think that's a really good way to put it because what's that old malaprop? If you come to a fork in the road, take it. Because this crew, they're losing ground fast. They've got to start winning some ball games. And the good teams, they're starting to separate themselves, and these guys are being left behind.
Throwing on 2nd down.
Mills. Now, quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
The threat of a 2nd straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. He's letting it fly for Cooks. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Now on 4th down, it's Cameron Johnston on to punt it away. It's a 40-yard punt, 4 yards on the return.
And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10.
On the NFL scoreboard, an update from Foxborough. And the Patriots are out to an early lead there over the Jets. We'll keep an eye on that game and others as each week becoming more important here in November.
And Witt's going to slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down.
A nice pickup there, 10 yards.
Well, you don't expect too many quarterbacks to be adept at breaking away from would-be tacklers, but this is uncommonly good right here as he's able to get away.
Yeah, and at the risk of sounding just a little bit trite, this is just a tackle that needs to be made. It's one thing when you've got a bruising 230-pound running back coming your way, but when it's a quarterback who's running for his life, your teammates will tell you, you've got to get him on the ground.
Middle of the field, he's got McLaurin.
And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
I don't care who you put on him, he's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
A give up the middle to Gibson.
And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, second and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
Once more, Gibson.
And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. On 3rd and short, going with their tight end. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the first down. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
How about that there? No frills, no additives, right? Nothing crazy. Just find a way to pick up the first down. A nice run right there.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
They'll run for the first time here with Brian Robinson.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Washington with a football here to begin quarter number 2.
As they've got a 2nd and 8 forthcoming. Wentz.
Throw over the middle into the hands of the tight end Bates.
And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 13-yard line.
Well, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, Wentz.
Over the middle, brought in by Dotson.
Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point, and he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Carson Wentz with touchdown number 2 in the game, and now 11 on the year.
And the Commanders have taken a 2-touchdown lead now.
And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
Extra point by Sly is up and good.
And that'll make the score 14-0.
Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. From the 6. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. The Texans getting set here to take over again on offense. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive. On 1st and 10, Mills. And this is incomplete. Very lucky to get that one back. That nearly picked. It's 2nd down now. To throw again on 2nd down. Mills. That's complete to Tyler Johnson. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. Mills on 3rd and 2. Oh, the Commanders are going to get there as he's taken down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Well, you're already up a couple of scores here in the first half defensively, and Charles, they just seem to be playing really free on that side of the football.
I love the observation because with that type of a lead, they feel like they can take a few more chances and be even more aggressive, and it's been paying off for them so far this game.
Set to punt. Here's Cameron Johnston. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Good coverage there. An even 50-yard punt leads to a return of 5.
And they will take over 1st and 10. So here is Washington now to take over. They were losers to Philadelphia a week ago. Now they find themselves in the lead as they start this drive.
On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. He's got a man, complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 33 yards that time. That's evidence of why you spend a high draft pick on a receiver, isn't it, Charles?
It certainly is. His ability to make plays like that, and we've seen flashes of it from him so far in his rookie season. But also, it opens things up for the rest of the offense because they have to bring their attention to him as well.
Throwing on first is Wentz. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole.
1 yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the 35-yard line.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Wentz complete. It's Dotson. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
Wentz to throw on 3rd and 1. And that will be incomplete.
Wentz to the sideline on 4th down. Joey Sly is out there now for the Washington field goal.
From the right hash, this from 44 yards out.
Sly able to put this one through.
And that will extend their lead even further. So it's 4th and 1. They wind up taking the 3. But I'm not sure that offensive unit, judging by the sideline, Charles, was in 100% agreement with the decision.
No, not at all. But the head coach has final call on this. We know that. But let's face it, offenses want to feel like, hey, you believe in us, let us go for it. We'll see if that is a problem for them moving forward in this game.
And the football going back over now to the Houston Texans.
They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10.
A first down throw for Mills.
Philip Dorsett hauls it in. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
First down, Mills.
Over the middle, complete. It's Jordan. Short completion, just 4 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
4 yards on the pickup.
On 2nd down, here's Pierce.
And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's the option, running right. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line.
He was brought down by Cole Mitchell. A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Mills. And this one's incomplete. The offense on third down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 8. Now Mills. Being chased out left. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. So a couple of first downs on this drive, but it's looking like another empty possession.
And those empty possessions are certainly starting to pile up. So the adjustments that teams talk about all the time have to be taking place. They've got to analyze what's breaking down and figure a way to fix it.
And this won't get there, won't be online either. It's no good, off to the right, and the deficit will stay at 3 scores.
Well, that was a show of support to even allow him to attempt to make that kick. And you know if he did, that would tie the NFL record. That's a heck of a shot.
Yeah, it would have been a big deal, but a little bit short. Now we get another look at Washington on offense. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try and increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
On second down, here's Gibson again. And they will only muster a yard here at the 38. So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. Got an open man, finds Gibson. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. It's a 7-yard gain and good enough to move the chains.
Must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. To throw is Wentz. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. Working with 2nd and 5 now. Wentz going to throw. And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
The tackle made by Christian Kirksey.
They made a nice effort to stick him with a loss for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the second half of this contest.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. To throw, it's Wentz. This a quick slant, and he's got Terry McLaurin. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a 2nd and just a few inches left. Now Wentz. The quick slant caught. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. It looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for 1st and goal. They'll run with Gibson, and he's in. Touchdown, Commanders. Antonio Gibson with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Commanders continue to pull away here in this first half.
They have really had their way so far in the first half, but they wanted to continue to build on their lead. They know that no lead is safe in this league, so they decided to try their best to get one more as they headed into the half, and they got it done.
Slide for the PAT. And the lead is now 24. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
The Texans with the football here late in this first half. And with a little under a minute remaining, they may try to put something together here just to try to cut into that deficit. Mills now looks to throw on first down. Caught on the right side by Dorsett. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. Swings this one out wide for Pierce. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Mills on first down. That's going to be complete on the sideline, but, you know, that throw left him no room to run, and the good footwork nearly all for naught. And they'll throw again. Here's Mills. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Mills now. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
An attempt to the deep ball. Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage.
On is the punter, Johnston, now as he sends this one away. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. Out there set ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And with a 24-0 lead already in hand, really no reason to try to do anything too crazy here. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Things starting to get interesting in this final weekend before Thanksgiving. So let's see what's going on around the NFL. Check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. On now to a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for Washington. And they've had plenty of success throwing the football so far this afternoon, as they're on pace to throw for over 300 yards if their form holds. Meanwhile, for the Texans, they were on the other end of the spectrum in terms of passing efficiency. That's going to need to improve in the second half to come.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
And the Texans getting ready to go here to begin the third quarter. We'll see, Charles, if they had a chance to hit the reset button at halftime. They have not scored. They're facing this big deficit. And if they're going to come back, it's going to have to start right now.
Yeah, and for them, it's not dwelling in the negative because, yes, they were totally ineffective in the first half. But we've seen many games that have flipped around in the second half. It all starts with this drive right here. They get something good going, put some points on the board, they begin to have hope.
And Pierce gets it again on second down.
A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
To throw, Mills.
It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks.
And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. From the gun, here's Mills.
Throw left side complete. That's Pierce.
And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. First and 10, it's Pierce.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
On second and 7, Mills gets the dump off to Pierce. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35. Mills Delivers another one to Pierce. And he is going to have a Texans first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4. Back to the ground with Pierce.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. From the 25 on 2nd down. Mills.
Open man is Cooks. He's got it. Touchdown, Texans.
25 yards for the touchdown.
And the Texans are able to cut into this lead as they score on the opening drive of the second half.
A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to his second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
And he's got it for the 2-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
This one fielded at the 5. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. First possession of the second half now for Washington. And they were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead, and it's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
You could say that again. They've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it, they've had to sit through halftime, then sit on the sidelines and watch that drive. So you can bet that they're saying, let's get on with this. We got to go out there and get some more points.
10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down.
On 1st and 10, it's Gibson.
And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
On 2nd down, here's Gibson again.
A very tough run, but for a short gain out near the 32.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
Now Wentz on 3rd down. Got his target, Samuel.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
That one goes for 30 yards.
They came out with an aggressive mindset to start the third quarter, and I wouldn't be surprised to see them take more of these type of deep shots as this game moves along. They connected there. They expect to connect on more before this one's over.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Wentz now to throw. Middle of the field, he's got McLaurin.
And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
When you decide to run a hitch route, it really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
2nd and 4.
Here's Wentz to throw.
Got a man, it's Gibson, complete. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. Straight ahead, Gibson. He'll take it inside the 25. Now we get a stoppage because, as you can see, a member of the Commanders in some obvious discomfort. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. On 2nd down, here's Gibson again.
Shifts by him. And he'll get about 5 here as he'll take this down inside the 20-yard line.
with Gibson.
No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
And right now, Charles, this is about building that lead little by little, and they're able to do just that.
And it gets them past the key number of 16, so this is now a 3-score lead. Not time to exhale just yet, but that might prove to be important 3 points before things are said and done.
Here comes Davis Mills in the offense, ready for another drive.
5 for 5 that last drive. Touchdown pass as well. He was clicking. Receivers, I don't want to be cliche, but running really solid routes too.
And what I love about it is when you look across any team, all right, the body types of the receivers are usually different. The way that they get open, different as well. Some of them use power to get open. Some of them use those head fakes and subtle moves. Some of them just use pure speed. And the really good ones, when they're established, they know how to push off at the end of a route, too.
It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down.
Mills to throw it. To Pierce, they set up the screen.
And he won't get close. Only a yard, 4th and 3.
Yeah, and on 3rd down, you know those pass rushers, they're in the starter's block. They're just waiting for the pistol to fire. You can almost hear the defensive coaches on the sideline pre-snap. Watch the screen, watch the screen. Really good job there of identifying it and making the play to force 4th down.
3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Houston.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
They begin the drive with Robinson. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 1st down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14. You can really tell right now both sides have amped up the aggressiveness. That time the offense winning the aggression battle.
And the defense was obviously aiming for the football, maybe a little bit more so than the runner himself, and that's why he was able to break through and get the gain that he did.
A handoff for Gibson. And this is going to be a Commander's 1st down as he'll get this up to about the 42.
Well, you know me, partner. I never tell them to back off of being aggressive, but sometimes you see the consequences when you're overly aggressive and you don't secure tackles. Guys break through.
Trying to sell out to pry that football loose, and just as you said, cost some yardage.
Yeah, you got to go get him. Stand him up first before you go for the ball. Don't just go for it initially.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 42-yard line.
On 1st down, right back to Gibson.
And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
He's tackled at the 40-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
On 2nd down, a run with Gibson.
And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. If they want a 1st, they need to get the football to the 32 here on 3rd down.
On 3rd down, Robinson.
And they'll get him down at about the 37, well short of the 1st.
But this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
Well, they can probably live with that with this late lead in the 4th quarter. That's one of the few things that's gone wrong.
You're exactly right. This one was well in hand. That kick there was more for cosmetics, you know, to add to their score. Not getting it, that shouldn't harm them at all.
The Texans offense now, they get set to head back on the field here.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect 2nd half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD, but unfortunately, the 2nd half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the 1st.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
A 7-yard pickup brings up second.
From just shy of midfield, Mills. Quick completion here to Johnson. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
Now after the play, it looks like there's a Texan here slow to get up.
Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
A first down throw for Mills.
And he finds Howard complete. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
Mills again.
Toward the sideline, and he will have the first down as he was able to keep the feet in bounds. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feet down complete. To throw again on 2nd down.
Mills. That's underneath to Pierce. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3.
Going for it with Pierce.
And he appears to be about 2 feet short on 3rd and 3. Leaves him with a 4th and 1.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Here we go on 4th down. And he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
They'll run here with Pierce.
Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
Another carry for Pierce.
And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3.
This likely a must-have. 3rd and goal. Here's Mills.
To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Intended for O.J. Howard. Incomplete. It's now 4th down and
Mills, 4th down. Gotta have it.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had the play call on 4th and goal, but it's dropped in the end zone.
And Washington is able to come up with a goal line stand.
They kept it in the air on 4th, Charles. They ran on 1st and 2nd down, tried it through the air on 3rd and 4th. Couldn't come away with anything on 4th and goal.
And remember, in these situations, the field is really condensed. Everything is squeezed tight. So as a defender, you can actually take more chances here because they won't have as much time to throw the football, and a receiver really can't run past you. If they do, they run out the back of the end zone. Nice job by the D, shutting them down.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Shotgun handoff to Gibson.
And here's another tackle made at the line. So they're converging well on the football now. On play action, it's Wentz. And a most curious way there to burn some clock. That was wild, and at the end of all that, it winds up a safety. All right, Charles, help me out here. 4th quarter, you've got the lead, and you run backwards into the end zone. You're just trying to do too much.
I almost don't have words for it, but you know every coach that we talk to talks about running backs or people running the football, running north-south, getting upfield. He went way in the opposite direction, and that's going to cost his team.
Yeah, it cost him big time. Still leading, but it costs him.
Mills now from the 50.
He finds his tight end, Howard. That's complete.
And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. Mills' throw complete there to Johnson. And he's going to get this down near the 25.
Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game.
2nd and 2. Throwing, Mills.
Open man is Howard, the tight end. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And Cooks has it over the middle. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Ball at the 8 here for 2nd and a yard, maybe a touch less. Again, it's Mills.
And he's got it. That play gets him 6 yards and sets them up with a 1st and goal.
One last shot from Mills.
And that will be incomplete. They were going for a consolation TD, but it was not to be. And time has run out now on this game.
So it's Washington getting the victory here.
And you look back over the score sheet, interesting. A very clean game, no turnovers by either side.
An absolute rarity when we watch games now because defenses have put such an emphasis on taking the ball away. Well, what we saw here was offenses spending their time saying, look, you know they're coming for it. Ball security is paramount. So they worked on that, not just a week of practice, but I'm sure all during training camp. Make sure when you have it, tuck it away because danger lurks everywhere you turn.
So for the Commanders,
the win gets them